the Supreme Court played a huge role in upholding the constitutionality of the Affordable Care Act. After that, I think Republicans in Congress, as well as in states attorneys generals across the country, have attempted to chip away at the law. In 2016, when Trump took the White House and Republicans had control of the entirety of Congress, they struck down the individual mandate, which was essentially the core component of the law, by which the government can compel every single person in the country essentially to buy health insurance. When the Republican House withdrew the individual mandate, Republican states attorney generals across the country then sued once again and said, well, now if you can't compel people to buy insurance, you essentially don't have any foundation for this entire law. And so a federal court sided with the Republicans, House Republicans, and the state's attorney generals, and said, yeah, you're right. Essentially, what Republicans did in Congress voids the entirety of the law. However, because it's such a complicated matter, the judge decided to not nullify the law right then and there without further review, and that would only be through the Supreme Court, obviously. So after that, curiously, House Democrats actually wanted the Supreme Court, which leans to the right with Chief Justice John Roberts, to actually hear the case quickly, because I think in kind of a reversal of years past, House Democrats now see this issue as one that's a political winner for them. And so they wanted this issue to be settled before the election. So they asked for special permission for the Supreme Court to fast track the case. The Supreme Court denied that grant, but they will be hearing the case in its regular order. That means in the fall, there will be arguments, and the case will probably be decided after the election next spring. We'll hear a ruling. So that's not the timeline Democrats wanted, but it is the result I think both, especially Republicans who brought the case forward, definitely want to see going forward. It's clear from the partisan split that people don't exactly understand either the order of events happening or which side necessarily wants which outcome, right? And so if you see the partisan split, curiously, Republicans actually agree with Nancy Pelosi's position. I think it's like above 60%, almost 65% of Republicans would like the decision to be fast-tracked. And I think going forward, it'll be interesting to see how independent voters and future polls kind of respond to this question about how Trump's handling healthcare, how Republicans are handling healthcare, and what people think about Medicare for all. I know in the Democratic primaries, in almost every caucus or primary, in every election, it was a popular position with all Democratic primary voters. So it'll be interesting to see if independents pick up that same support for it in light of millions of people being left with no insurance at this point.